Planning portrays a vital role in fulfilling some important objectives in an organization or in an education system itself, such as giving organization or the school a sense of direction to where to go to just in case of emergency. What are the focus and giving attention to the objective and the results that we want to achieve in school. It also establishes a teamwork, not only for the administration and the teacher, but also from the teacher to the student and to the community as a whole. It also gives or helps anticipate problems and give solution or answers towards these problems or issues. And finally, it provides a guidelines for the decision making that needs to be fulfilled. Good day, everyone. My name is Steve Navigar Jr. I am in Warwick Public School here in North Dakota as a special education teacher, and I'm here to present to you the topic Education Continuity Plan. It should be a business continuity plan, but as a teacher, and I know that most of us are teachers, I'm going to focus on an example of an education continuity plan. This is in partial fulfillment in our class with Dr. Silva, Advanced Operation Management. Based on based on Emily Griffin, a number one New York Times bestselling author of Something Borrowed and That Bind book, she says that he who fails to plan plans to fail. This is a very important in pursuing or in succeeding in not only in our professional life but also in our personal lives. In this topic or discussion, we're gonna identify the definition of an education continuity plan. What are the objectives and the purpose why such organization or school needs to have this plan? What includes the plan itself? What's inside the plan. And lastly, I'm going to give you an example of the continuity plan of Warwick Public School as a response to COVID-19. So let's start with the ECP's definition. Education Continuity Plan is actually a framework wherein teaching and learning should continue regardless of the prolonged closure. So, what is our plan if there is a disaster or a pandemic? That is an education continuity plan. It gives four important parts: the outline of the tools and the resources available to the faculty, the staff, and the administration and the community. What is the definition of the success in a distance learning model? This is in lieu to an education continuity plan for COVID-19. What are the expectations of engagement? How long does a class needs? What are the outcomes needed for the students and for the teachers itself. And when it comes to distance learning scenarios, what are the potential harmful effects or the risks or the short term, the mid-term, or the long-term school closures? If those things are happen, what are the plans that we need to do? What are the options that we will provide as a school? So it should be included in the plan. The objective itself includes the processes, the procedures, the decision making, and the activities that ensures school activities should continue regardless of the disruption of any events such as COVID-19. The EASY program includes an ongoing process of risk assessment, surveys. Where are we at now? Are we ready for new normal? Are we capable of online classes? And the management, who's gonna check for the students? How are we gonna check the attendance for these students? How are we gonna encourage students to be there or the teachers to be okay despite of this challenges. Are we gonna provide bus or transportation when it comes to new normal going back in person? Are meals provided? Internets are provided? So this should also be part of the risk assessment and management plan. in our education continuity plan. This also should include how we are particular in committing to ensure the capabilities of the school to attend to the students and staff safety and well-being. Are masks provided? Are Binox testing provided? Do we have sanitizers? Do they have options to go into school or not be in school? So should be taken care of. They continue essential critical activities in the event of disruption. How we gonna ensure that we are sufficient enough when it comes to the essential materials, resources needed? Are we ready for recovery or for the return to the new normal when it is already needed or when it is should be delivered? Um, we need to review, to maintain, or to enhance some plans capability. What went right? What went wrong to the plan? Where or which part of the plan should be improved? Which part should be eliminated and have a new thing or new things to consider? So we also need to work on that. And by providing supporting materials and tools, not only for the teachers, but also for the students and for everyone that is included in the school system. Today or now, I'm going to share to you the Warwick Public School District's education continuity plan. I asked my superintendent if I could use this, and for FYI, here in the US, if the documents are publicly posted, especially in the website and also in the Facebook pages, so you need not to ask permission anymore. My superintendent says that it is a public document, so you are allowed to use it as a reference or for academic purposes or just for guidelines. So this plan was approved by the school board last June 22, 2021, and it took effect right away. And it was updated by July 23, 2021, and it started, or the program, the plan itself starts with a letter to the community addressing what are the things that is happening in the school district, what are the plans or the options that were given for the parents and for the teachers and for the students itself. Inputs are welcomed through surveys, or teachers or parents can call the school to say whatever their needs or whatever the things that they wanted um, to ask. So they are all welcome. Funds are planned out. So the business manager, the superintendent, we need to dig in to information on where to prove, or is the government providing the needs, especially for some resources needed for distance learning, for safety purposes, and all. So that should be included in the letter. And in the plan itself, you need to put the school's mission, vision, and objective that will give you a structure or an organization to align your thoughts, whatever um, your goals are in the community. And also, you should provide the demographics, the current demographics, how many students, how many teachers are working, how many administrations and staffs are needed in the school. With this demographics, we will know how many materials are needed to use or to be purchased, and so on and so forth. So with this plan also, we need to put in detail or specifically what are the things the school can provide to give them assumptions and to give them the assurance. For example, in the Warwick Public School, it's stated here that every student should have the opportunity to engage in learning regardless of the spread of COVID-19 in our community. So whatever happens, we need to continue learning. And how we did that? We or school provided Chromebooks, Wi-Fi, transportations, and everything so that the student will be there every day. Schedules are also modified. It was shortened to give space or time for the teachers and for the students to you know to have a break or a breather. So those are some of the steps that the school did. Planning teams were identified, the coordinators in each schools were identified, the structure or the organizational charts were crafted, the surveys were given, and were asked for that the community will give their input when it comes to the safety of their their students. So the organization is divided into four components. These are the key operational teams, from the operations to the instruction, where the learning happens, community relations and communication, but probably for safety purposes, that is connected to the Binax Now testing team, who will test the teachers and the students. If they get positive, what will happen and what to do, the procedures, those are on those teams' consideration. Coordinators were identified from the high school to the middle school and to the elementary, and the risk level. If the kid has this high temperature, is he or she allowed to go in school or not? So those are needs to be considered too. If the number of students were like four or five of them were are positive in COVID, do we need to have a closure or not? So those should be considered, and it is also actually aligned to the North Dakota's public school instructions. So it should always be crafted or aligned to the state's decree. And the healthy and safe guidance were given not only for the students to follow, but to the entire community if you go in and out of the school. Just from the basic washing your hands, avoid close contact, wearing of the masks properly, and some resources were given there, some links where they could find this informations and what the teacher should do to identify high risk students, or what the administration should do if they would identify a teachers that are high at risk. So those are the protocols that was given when the building should be closed. If there's two or three students or teachers were positive, should we close the building? Should we close the school, or should we continue? So those are should be considered, and this is actually again structured or aligned to the North Dakota and to the U.S. Department's memorandum too. So these are some more of the guidance for each and every individual that is working in a school. And prior to this, communications were given, surveys and all. So the question now is when or where communications happen. So it is stated here clearly that the district will give information through the Facebook and the school webpage, and the principals will meet into the building staffs or coordinators for some um, personal learning conference, what do you call this, communications and conferences, and to ask if how the class are going online. So those are the things that should be in consideration or given consideration to the community or communication plans. So how the continuation of the service happen. So there will be an in-person instruction, or option B, there will be an online, or there will be a breed, or what do you call this, and the hybrid of in-person and an online classes. Would it be possible? So those are the options or things to consider. How to ensure the success of the students. Is there only be attendance wise, or there is an output that needs to be done? And for the teachers, we should provide professional development, how to use Zooms or Google Classrooms and all the things that needed, because this is again new to most or new to everyone. And of course, buses, meals should be considered, because not everyone has an access to all of this, even in internet connection. So what are the protocols so that the parents should gain access to the following. So this, everything are in this information or plan. So prior of giving all of this plan, um, the school provides a survey for what are things that needed or which one is at risk, informations of how things work if you go into the school itself. So that is within our appendix, the surveys and information. So that is how the Warwick Public Schools Education Continuity Plan looks like. I hope you have learned or gained something in this discussion. And if you have some question, please don't hesitate on sending me a message, and I will send to Dr. Silva the copy of my presentation and also via the PowerPoint and the Word or the PDF file of this presentation. I hope you'll have a great day and have a great learning, everyone. Thank you.